point on. Once if you replace the negative thoughts with the positive ones, you will start having positive results. Once again, very good morning to one and all. Myself, Dr. B. Ethikmar Samigoda, Principal, Alwas College of Nursing, Bodbidre, Organizing Committee of the webinar. We are organizing webinar service series on various aspects of management of COVID-19. As a part of COVID-19, we are focusing on some of the important topics. In that, today we are going to deal about thriving challenges. That means living and leading with COVID-19 in pediatrics. That topic will be dealing today by Professor Lakshmi Devi, Pediatric Department. Next week, we will be having concern to the psychiatry, that is minding our minds. That will be dealt by Dr. Adil Was, Psychiatric Nursing Department. Then the third week, we will be having post-COVID care. That will be dealt by Associate Professor Renuka, Medical Surgical Nursing Department. Distinguished invitees, ladies, gentlemen, my dear colleagues, friends, students of different sectors. I am pleased to welcome you all to the webinar on thriving challenges, living and leading with COVID-19 in pediatrics COVID-19. This session will enhance your knowledge related to pediatric COVID-19 aspects, prevention, keep children healthy during COVID-19 pandemic. I am sure that at the end of session, you will be enhancing the knowledge on COVID-19. I thank Dr. M. Mohan Alva, Chairman, Alva's Education Foundation, Chief Patron of this webinar for motivating and guiding us to conduct. I also thank Dr. Anna Shetty Madam for guiding the organizing committee for conducting this webinar. I hand over the mic to Professor Mrs. Lakshmi Devi, HOD of Pediatric Department, to deal about the topic.
Thank you, sir, for welcoming me. Perform your obligatory duty because action is indeed better than inaction, Bhagavad Gita says. Very good morning to one and all. Welcome to webinar series. I'm Lakshmi. I'm one of the teaching faculty in Alvas College of Nursing. We hear a lot about COVID-19 and symptoms in grown-ups and adults. How does it impact your children? How we all can sort out this is a big challenge. Today, I'm here to give some information about COVID-19 in children. Before proceeding further, I assure you all, if we comply some strategic measures, if we all follow, definitely we all can fight against corona disease. Then I'll move on to a slide sharing. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Just tell me once I share the screen. Let me know. Yeah, screen is visible now. Everyone can able to see the screen. The slides are visible. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
No.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Introduction. Coronavirus disease in 2019, we shortly call as COVID-19, is a global health crisis. The clinical characteristics of this disease, the progression and outcome in children and young adults appears significantly milder if we compare to older individuals. Since first being reported in Wuhan, China in December 2019, COVID-19 has rapidly spread to affecting all over more than 200 countries worldwide, if you're seeing the statistics. Children account for 1 to 5% diagnosed with the COVID-19. It's a less margin if you're seeing overall the statistics. Although many infected children may be asymptomatic. The children were not showing the symptoms. If you're moving on to the incidence rate in a children, 12% of COVID cases, we are seeing less than 10 years children. Then 3 to 4% of total COVID cases, if we are seeing, only the children were affected, 3 to 4% of COVID-19. Then 6 to 70% children are asymptomatic. They're not showing any symptoms. In that, 1 to 2% with a severe illness, they require pediatric ICU admission. Then 2 to 4% of mortality rate, I can assure you this mortality rate due to comorbidity ratios. And some children have died due to comorbidity in the second wave. If you're in the first wave, if you're seeing in the second wave, similar, there is no increase in that. Okay. What is COVID-19? If you're seeing what is the meaning of COVID-19? It's an acute respiratory illness, you can see in the humans, caused by the virus corona, capable of producing severe and symptoms in children. It may causes death, especially more statistics says that the older people are dying due to this COVID-19. Coronavirus disease is an infectious disease. If you're seeing some other meanings according to the WHO, this is caused by newly discovered coronavirus in most children infected with the COVID-19 virus will experience mild to moderate respiratory illness, recover without special treatment. The children with underlying chronic medical disease are more likely to develop serious illness. If you're seeing that in the children, it's a less serious severity in the children. Okay, next moving on to the risk factors. See, what are the more risk factors it affects to a children? First one, children with pre-existing major disease, the child who are suffering with the other major disease like congenital heart disease or any type of the heart disease the child is suffering with that. Chronic kidney disease. ನಾನು ಇದ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೀನಿ, ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಈ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಮುಗ್ದ ಮೇಲೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ನೀವು ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗೋವರೆಗೆ ಇರ್ಬಹುದು. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಜನ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುನಃ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. Okay, next moving on to the risk factors. If the child is having a chronic disease, then liver disease, malignancies. The malignancies is nothing but if the child is suffering with any cancer like leukemia, blood cancer, such type of the condition, they are more risk to get corona that leads to a very severe fatal outcome. Next is the obesity. If you're seeing the obese children, they are more prone to get this COVID-19. It may leads to like the peak level. Next, just a second. Some marker. Technical error. Please hold on. Yeah, right. If you're seeing the risk factor, next one is obesity. Then diabetes mellitus children, they're more prone to get COVID-19. Asthma, sickle cell anemia. It's a one type of anemia, and this RBC shapes will change to a sickle shape. Then the child who are having immunosuppression. The immunosuppression means the children have the low immunity with the comorbidity. Those children are more risk to get a severe outcome corona. Next, moving on to the clinical features. As I said in the previous, 6 to 70% children are asymptomatic. They're not showing any symptoms, corona. But some children, they may show fever, mild cough, sore throat, rhinorrhea, nothing but runny nose, fatigue. The child will be excessive weakness, myalgia, means weakness in the and pain in the muscles, diarrhea. These are all the GATS symptoms. Some children may come with a vomiting, upper respiratory symptoms, dyspnea, it's nothing but breathing difficulty. The child will be having headache, breathlessness in the severe cases, poor feeding, then loss of taste or smell, especially the children who are over 8 years of old, we can see the signs and symptoms. Then rash, if you're seeing the rashes in all over in the cutaneous region in the skin, red or pink eyes, swollen and red lips, tongue, hands, or feet. According to WHO, it's classified as a mild, moderate, and severe. In the mild, we can see the child will be having slight fever, headache, and those are all the symptoms. We come to the moderate, the child is having a slight breathlessness, and some children will be seeing the red lips, and the temperature is more than 3 days. In the severe case, some children will be like they may go for the temperature more than 1 or 2 Fahrenheit. Okay, this is a image shows in the complicated cases in the severity form high fever. If we're seeing the lips, red cracked lips and red tongue in the image what it shows, then rashes involving all over the body, sometimes in the extremities and the back and the abdomen. You can see red and swollen feet, red swollen hands, the conjunctivitis, the bloodshot and the eyes. This is not common in all the children. Don't be panicked by seeing this. This is in the rare case, the child only, they have comorbidity. For other condition, they may can go to the severity. The complication of COVID-19 in children. I thought to not to say this, but let me tell you, just as an 1 or 2 child in India, they're suffering with this. It's uncomplicated. Once in the April 2020, the clinicians are observed in the hospital setting. The research report says what I am telling you now. They observed the children with the unexplained inflammation that requires the admission in the PIC. When they start to investigate and they start the research, then they come to know it's due to COVID, it's a complication, multi-system inflammatory syndrome. The word says multi-system, it affects to the 1 or more organs or 1 or more systems with this signs and symptoms. See, 0 to 19 years old child with high temperature, more than 3 days, and associated with any 2 of the following. Either shock will be there, the child may be unconscious, a hypovolemic, rashes all over the body, or sometimes both the eyes bilateral conjunctivitis. I've shown in the previous image, so this is a bilateral conjunctivitis. Then features of myocardial dysfunction may lead to dysfunction in the heart, inflammation of the pericardium and coagulopathy. It's an don't be panic when this will be going to happen to your child. No, you take it as in just knowing this fact, then live it. Till now, I've given the information regarding general aspect. What is the COVID-19, how it affects the children, what are the risk factors, and what may be the features exhibited in the children. Okay, now moving on to the living and leading life with the COVID-19 in children. This is the most important one. Every parents, everybody who are having a children, they're more worried, they're more panic. How I can handle my child? See, in the world, everywhere corona is there, how I can save my child. So if you are following these some strategic measures, some remedial measures, you can be come out of that. Before starting this, I can tell you everybody, be bravery, be courage. Dhairyam sarvartha sadhanam, what we say. For whatever comes, if we are showing our courage and bravery, we can be come out of that problem. That's very important in nowadays situation. Okay. How we can keep the child healthy during COVID-19 and this pandemic? We'll see one by one. This is a very important point. Teach and reinforce everyday preventive action. See what we do today. We all are listening the like somebody are giving education or information. They are saying everything same. What, but where we are doing a mistake, we are not practicing that. We are not teaching the children. We are not reinforcing them every day. What we have to do is the childrens are very mimicking what we are doing, what we imitate. They observe every day to us. We will tell some quotes are there like the childrens never listen what we say, but but they imitate what we do is. That's exactly right. We have to understand being a parent and being an adult, the child is following us, the child is observing us. So we have to teach them and reinforce them every day the preventive actions. What are all those actions? Every day we do SMS, right? So what I thought is, let me tell in the simple manner, SMS and V. The S stand for sanitization, M stand for masking, S stand for social distancing, V stand for vaccine. See, this is an easy way to remember. Every day when you text, oh, I have to teach my child, they have to do it this one. Like that, we can influence them. The first stand for sanitization. Every parents have in their mind what I can do, which soap I can use, which sanitization. Nothing to worry. Don't worry. Whatever in your home is there, hand washing, soap. You make a child to practice with the 20 seconds is the best way to the children to rid of the germs, including coronavirus. What practice we can make the child? Being a parent, you just make them to learn one rhymes. Tell the child when they're washing the hands, sing a 5, 6 line of rhyme, and you just wash your hand. The rhyme also the child is learning. The time duration of hand washing also, it will be more than 30 seconds. So that way we can reinforce the child to do the hand washing. You can see the steps. First they can wet their hands with the soap. Then they can apply the soap to palm, then between the fingers and focus on the thumb and all the fingers. Then they can rub the back of the hands. Then they can go for the focus on the base. These are all the steps, especially for the children. We have to teach them. We have to reinforce them to do it. Suppose if the soap and water is not available, we can go for the sanitizer. It's not necessity always we can use a sanitizer. So keep it in mind, when the soap and water is not available, they can use hand sanitizer, at least 60% of alcohol. They can rub it properly. But one more thing I can assure you, be careful when you are giving the sanitizer to the younger children. Okay, next is help the child to wear a mask. This is very important. We have to keep it in mind. Being a parent, or being a healthcare worker, or being anybody. Today I'm dealing. It's a topic completely. It's general. Everybody can follow in their life. So in the children aspect, it comes some special aspect. We have to keep it in mind, and we have to follow in the healthy life. So teach the kids how to put a mask and take them. We have to show to the child and remind them the mask should always cover the nose and mouth. We wear a mask. Where the mask will be, it will be maybe near to the mouth or maybe sometimes under the neck. So we should not do that. The child is observing us. We have to wear a mask, the nose covering and mouth, because the transmission of coronavirus through the nasal secretion, we are more prone to it. So that's why we can teach them, can wear the mask to nose and mouth. Then make it a fun and personal. What it is, make it a fun and personal. The children always likes the fun, colorful masks. There's many, it's available in the stores. The children always in their life, they have a superhero characters. Might be cartoon favorites, or might be movie favorites, or whatever it is. We know their taste and also. So what we can do is, according to them, their like level, we can take the animal prints mask, those type of the mask. They have a stickers, threads, like sequence. Based on them interest, if you're giving that, they will be feel happy. Yeah, I can wear this mask. In this sort of image there, like that. We can make a child to be. It is like a fun, but personally, the child can understand. I should wear it. Uh, this is a one. Find a mask that made for a children to help ensure proper fit. So might be everyone have in your mind what type of mask we can advise to a child. See, two type of mask is it. One is a fabric mask, non-fabric mask, medical mask. But we should know when to wear this fabric or non-fabric or medical mask. Suppose in the home or outside, we know that the cases are there. They can wear a medical mask. If it's a less chances of getting corona, they can go for the non-fabric mask. See, in this image, find the mask made for the children to help and ensure the proper fit. We should not use adult mask to a child. We have to see the appropriate size, whether it is proper fit to one child. We can make the child to wear. Then check to be sure that whether the mask is fit snugly. You can see in the image, especially the gap. Maximum will be here, will be the gap, should not be there over the nose and mouth, under the chin, that there are no gaps around the two sides. Do not put the mask to a children younger than 2 years old. Who should not wear a mask? We can't tell everybody should wear a mask because of corona. See, the child one is younger than 2-year-old, as I said previous, and someone who is in a sick and has trouble in breathing. Already the child is having a sick. It's a trouble in the breathing. The breathing pattern is not normal. Those children, we can tell that not to wear a mask. And for them, the other precautionary measures are that they have to follow. Then anyone who cannot take a mask off without help, they can take some handicaps or they have mentally retarded, those children, the cognitive challenges, those type of the children, we cannot tell them you wear a mask because they get the suffocation, but they don't know what to do. In such a time, we should not tell them to wear a mask. Children with some type of cognitive development or behavioral condition, these children should not wear a mask. If we're seeing in the reinforcement, third one is keep a distance. According to WHO says that in a children, 1.5 to 2 meters. It might be around 5 to 6 feet. Inside the home also, outside the home also, the children, they have to keep the distance. Because to avoid a close contact with the people who are sick, if possible, 1.5 meter between the person who is sick and other household members, they should keep a distance. Outside also same 1.5 meter. It's nearly 5.5 to 6 feet distance because to prevent the corona. Next, moving on to the vaccine. Everybody have that in their mind what we can do the vaccine, whether we can give or not to give. At presently, the research and trials were going on. In India also, the trials are there in the Mysore and Chennai and Mumbai they are doing. But authorized COVID vaccine can help to protect your children from COVID-19. See, you have to verify it's authorized COVID-19 and just follow some WHO regulations or the family welfare regulations, and you can advise, you can immunize your children. Then you should get a COVID-19 vaccine. Now I'm checking, you have to get the vaccine. Till now, not there the vaccine for below 18 years of age. They are doing the trials. Once it get the vaccine, they can give it to the children. Okay, first point we have discussed regarding reinforcement. Then second point is bring your child for the healthcare visits. What it is bring your child for healthcare visit? It's nothing but the child is having a routine health checkup. What we think, oh, now it's a corona is there, I should not take a child to the physician. I'm not going to give any vaccination because corona will spread. No, it's a wrong myth. What we had to do is we had to take a child to the hospital if it is any needed, a regular checkup. But some with precautionary measures, like we can call to the doctors, or we can call for the appointments. You can make it as an alternative. If today 10 children were coming, they will only help you. So don't delay the child for healthcare visits. If it is needed, just take them. Then bring your child child visits and vaccine visits. What is vaccine visit? Below 5 years of child, they have a regular vaccine, the immunization we have to give them. Suppose it's in scheduled on the child is once it reaches the 18 months, they have to go for the measles and all. what they think, oh, now it's a corona is there, I'll not take a child. No, don't do like that. The child get vaccinated. I can tell you that this is also one, the child is getting your immunity to work against the corona. So please take your children to, if it is any vaccinated is pending on the scheduled time. Then help your child to stay active. This is a very important one. Regular activity, if you are making a child to be do some physical activities, it makes the child will be mentally healthy. Then help your child stay socially connected. Socially connected, nothing but reach out the friends, family members through the video conferencing, phone calling. And one more idea, you can do it. You just write a letter to your like who all are your loved ones, maybe the family members or maybe the teachers. Like that, we can make a child to be helped socially connected. Then help your child cope up with the stress. Many children, even I'm being a parent, we are seeing that the children who are stressed nowadays, they're not going out, we are not going school, we are not meeting our friends like that. So what we had to do is build a positive, healthy relationship with your children. That's very important. See, I will come to the next slide in the parents' responsibilities there. I will discuss the detail. Okay. The next one is being a parent. What we can do, how we can combat COVID-19, how we can prevent it. It's a main important thing being a parent to face all those things. Just some few points. It's not I'm telling major part. It's you can do it yourself by slight changing in your life path. See, first one is remain calm. This is a very important one. Your kids will look to you always. It's a clue about how you are reacting. Example, if something happened in a home, imagine what we do. Oh shit, it's happened. We start to cry, we become angry, or we might be anxious, depressed. So everything the child is observing us. So what we had to do, we had to be calm first and remind them how they feel it right now. No, no, it's happened. It will be going to be okay. We can go to hospital or we can get some remedies. Everything will be fine. So that's the thing we had to do in front of the children. This is very important. Then second one, keep to a routine. Keep to a routine means the child is missed maximum in the corona time. Like what we can do, created new family routines such as learning activities. Learning activities means not the academic, what the child is really interested in that. Meal time, oh, today we will have this dish like that. Then relaxation times. Okay, this is a time for relaxation. For the family member, what they have to do is they can make the kids to be schedule one timetable. It might be in the whiteboard or might be in the paper, whatever it is, that is display in their home, wherever, in the child room or in the hall, whatever, whether the child is doing or not. Just to check the task. Oh, now it's at 10 o'clock. It's a time to drink a juice. Or it's a time to, you are told yesterday you will write one letter to me. So just we can remind them the task what we are assigned. I'm not telling you make them compulsory to do it, just to changing of their routine. If the tasks are not done, we can encourage them. Then limit. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Limit the access to news. What is that? Limit the access to news. There are many times constant news about COVID-19 from all the types of media that heighten the fears of even parents and including children. So what we had to do, limit accessing of news, especially social media and any other it impact on the children's, we had to limit those access. We can see the cartoon, we can sit with them, we can see the family movies with them. Like that, we can change their mood. Next is be creative about ways to have a fun. Be creative about ways to have a fun means it's based on the children. Kids what it enjoys. Might be puzzles, might be projects, reading, music. Sometimes we adults will play with the children's. I'm not saying you take them to ground and play. Even in the cooking, we can play. Even in their what the work they are doing, with that we can involve the child to play. That's our tricks. We think where to go to. It's in small house. I can't play. No, what's in your hand, you can make the child to be turned towards to play. That's just on tricks. We can use the strategic tricks. We can make the child to involve with us. Enjoy virtual socializing, but here everyone I can say this is most of the time misusing. But we, the parents, most responsible for this virtual socializing, not for seeing the continuation of the videos or movies or whatever. The child, what it watch, to whom it talks, that's the important one we have to monitor. Sometimes we can allow them to talk with the family, friends, or their friends. A video call we can make, and a face app is there, smile app is there. Those are all app we can use it and make the child to be virtual socializing with the very closed ones to avoid isolated. Next, avoid placing blame. What is that? Avoid placing blame. See, we always very careful not to blame the specific people, including those cultural, racial, or ethnic groups. This is a very important one. If we started to blaming someone, the child think, yeah, that specific person is not good. So when we are blaming someone, you should be very careful. But my suggestion is not to blame any specific people. The child may also will influence on that. Next point, seek advice if necessary. This is very important. The many parents will be worried when I to seek advice necessary. You can notice any persistent problem. The child is not sleeping, the child is not eating properly, difficulty in concentration, the child is feel hopelessness during that time. Can contact the mentally health professions for advice. Remind your children when you are under someone else scared to listen to the leaders. This is very important. It's nothing but it's very important to tell the children follow the directions and instructions when the absence of the parents. Example, grandparents, then the take carer. What the child will do? Let my mother come, let my father come, I will do. It's not a good habit and it's not a good practice. Just we have to prepare the child. Even if the parents were not there, the child should listen what the others, the take carer or the grandparents says. Supporting the child during COVID-19 nasal swab setting, this is a very important factor. What is that? When we take a child, know that maybe it's prone to get any family members are there, maybe near contact the child was there, that time we have to support to the child. Oh, you have a small test, just you go there, they will put one just on stick type to your nose, just to within a few seconds, like that we have to support your child. Before itself, you, my child is going for swab testing, how it will, should not be like that. We have to be like support to the child. We have to prepare the child for that. The next aspect is nutrition. If we come to the nutrition, being a parent, it's based on the what the child is having. As usual, diet they can give what they are in the family they are giving previously. Along with that, immunity boost diet like honey or tulasi. Those are all. Additionally, they can give the food contains rich in vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D. Then make sure that the child is hydrated well. Nothing but drinking a plenty of fluids, might be it as a juice or water or milk. The child should be hydrated well. This is the most dangerous part in the children's. Especially with the parents, we seen the child is taking a water bottle, it is not drinking. We have to make sure that the ample of water the child drinks or not. Next is a physical activity. If you see the physical activities, lots of activities will come. First one is relaxation technique. In the relaxation technique, dear parents or the who all are attending this webinar participants, if you are not having a children or if you are any relations who are having, you just spread this message to them. at least minimum 5 to 10 minutes they have to spend for this physical activity. Minimum, I'm telling. If it is a maximum half an hour in the morning and evening, I'm so happy. Relaxation technique is deep breathing exercise and mental imaginary. What is the mental imaginary? Just make a child to be sit and imagine one thing, and you, if you're practicing that, it will boost the cognitive level. Once boost up the cognitive level, whatever comes, the child can face it. So in such a way, the parent has to prepare the child. Then muscle relaxation technique. Muscle relaxation technique means holding the muscles, contracting the muscles a few minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, and relaxing for 30 seconds. They have to continue. Yes. Am I audible now? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Then we can move on to the yoga and meditation. Then the strong one is prayer. Okay, we can make the child to do the prayer. One more aspect is telemedicine. What is telemedicine? Being a parent, we can make the call to the healthcare professionals if it is not much severity, they can now everyone are moving to that telemedicine service. For the appropriate one, we had to choose. I'm not telling every time this is useful, but this is a one option. You can decide it that can take or not to take. The main aspect, how to talk to the children about COVID-19. Being a parent, how I can talk. First, in the simplest form, we had to define it, what it is, not the big definition. We can tell them in a simple way, COVID-19 is a germ. Okay, that's a, instead of virus, we can say the germ. It make us to be sick. So what we had to do, we had to wash our hands daily like that. We can reinforce that. Then we have to explain them how it spreads. Most commonly, the germ will be going to spread to our body when in the hands. When the hands we touches the mouth and nose and eyes, this will be spread. If you say like that, the child will be keep reminding, yeah, oh, I've not washed my hand before or whenever it go out in such a time. Then we can ask, some children will ask, where is a virus? You are telling lie, in my hand nothing is there. So we can tell it's a teeny virus. We cannot visible that. In such a way, we can explain how it spreads. Then talk about what is being to be done. We have to prepare the child. Don't be panic if it is being done. You don't worry. The experts are working without that. Working with that, we will be have a better solution. Like that, we have to make a assurance to a child. Take a practical steps. What is that practical step? Hand washing when they are coming to home, when they are blowing their nose. These are all the practical steps. Distancing. Then staying in a home, then demonstrate the effective hand washing. We have to do it, then the child will start to practice. And we have to tell the child, stay home more time. Then practice social distancing. Then don't forget ways to stay healthy. We have to keep reminding, we have to tell them, heat the food properly, don't waste it, especially the vegetables and other ingredients. Physical activity they have to do. Then sound sleep, especially at night. Good night sleep is very best remedy and best medicine for the children. Okay, these are all regarding the parent responsibility. Next is the school anxiety during COVID-19. See, help the kids to handle the fears and gain independence. This is independence means we had to, being a parent, it's a complicated mission to deal with this uncertainty. First, we had to make a child to be gain independence. Yes, I can sanitize myself. I can wash your hands if I go to the school. Like that, we had to prepare. Validate their feelings. Most of the parents, even I am being a parent, I tell, we are not validating their feelings. What we will tell, if the child is able to tell something, any questions or whatever, we are not allowing the child to say that. We have to validate their feelings, let them express. If you don't know the things, we will tell, yeah, I'll find out and tell. That is a very important one, validate their feelings. Next is a set the tone. The set the tone is the most important thought about going back to the school, the parents need the it's a challenge type. What is that? See, tomorrow is a school. You have to go. We are charging on them, so it should not do like that. We had to try to them. Okay, you go to the school. The school since 1 month they're planning. You can go and they will be taking a precautionary measures to prevent like that. We can make the child to be understand. Help them to think positive. Another way to help the kids focus on the positive things. Nothing but you just talk about your school. You express your confidence like that. We can make a child to be boosted up to think positive. Practice separating. What is practice separating means? We had to make a child to be set to either school or home or somewhere where we are leaving the child. Have a routine. Routine once the school started, how it was before. Sometimes it may happen that we can make a child to be adjust to that. Emphasize on safety measures. This is a very important point. Emphasize the safety measures. Even in our absence, the child can able to do such step. We have to prepare the child. Encourage for the flexibility. Flexibility means how the situation changes, the child can change the flexibility like that. We have to prepare the child. Everyone have, what about today's, this year's schooling? Don't worry, child is not learned anything, just you go back to the basics. Then consider your child as individual needs. Don't tell my child should be like very intelligent. Based on your child intelligence, we have to consider. Focus on skill rather than activities. What it is, today in the school online class, they are given the 2 pages of notes and 2 pages of writing practice sheet. We will make the child to be write it. The child will not write. Don't worry. We can make the child to be focus on skill. Make child to play, maybe roping or whatever. We can tell them to count the numbers. So like that, we can change the than activities to focus on skill. Then think behind academics. Don't think my child should get 90% or 70%, 80%. Behind that, you just make them to which part they are weak, you boost them in that subject. Trust your instincts, what you believes, and extra support, which the child is in low, we have to give in such area to boost the child. Okay. This is all regarding the schooling and parents' responsibility. Next, moving on to the 5 things to not to do. Misinformation. We may see in the every way somewhere one message, the corona in the children, it's in the third wave, more dangerous. Oh, we are not taking a child to out everywhere. Like, don't believe any misinformation, but be careful. Denial of the disease and failure to undergo testing. What it is that if no symptoms, some parents or somebody will force you, we will go for the testing. You just denial it, those types. Insistence admission and causing overcrowding facilities, doing unwanted investigation. Whenever we go admission, like simply, we just, I just went to there, I want to do the investigation. Those are all things, please avoid it. Self-prescription at home is the most dangerous to our children, even the adults, they don't do this one. Putting a pressure and violence on the health professionals in the case of unfortunate turn events, should not do this. Because being a healthcare professions, what they can do is, some of the students are there, remove the public fear and panic. Public panic can detail the best plans. We can tell to the public not to be panic. We have the best plans will come with that. We can reduce that. We can combat the corona like that. They have the healthcare professionals as to prepare the public. They need to be assured that majority of the cases in the children are mild cases. That is a short duration illness with a good outcome. I'm talking about the children. So it is a short duration illness that a good outcome. Vast majority can be managed at home without hospitalization, but you just seek a medical attention if you are needed. Don't think every time is hospital home management without hospitalization. Don't come to the conclusion. The presence of adequate beds and medical facilities are available. All the governments and everybody, they are well prepared for that. So don't worry about the beds and medical facilities. Scheduling the sick visits and well child visits during a different times of the day. It's a very important. Being a health professionals, we are not making all the patients or all the children's gathering at a time. We have to schedule it. Today, if the morning the 5 children's they are healthy, let them finish the visit. The 6 children's they can come like that. They can set a priority wise. Then reducing crowding in waiting rooms, especially in the hospitals. Just we can tell allow the one the children, one mother like that, not to be everybody. Let them wait outside. Take home message. Till now I said the many things, but you just keep it in mind. The vast majority of the COVID-19 infection in children are mild, so don't be panicked. Majority of the children get infected by contact in the family. So above all, take care of your children's health. Ensure that they practice good hand washing and cover their mouth and nose with a bent elbow when they cough or sneeze. This is a very important one. Watch out of the symptoms of COVID-19 and reach out the doctor and the medical facility if necessary. Have a plan in advance in case your child falls sick. Ensure that children eat healthy food and get good sleep and rest. Conclusion. Till date, what I have seen the statistics, the children have relatively been spread of serious disease and poor outcomes. Less severity is there, not to worry much, but be prepared well and practice all the precautionary measures and reinforce your children to do that. But various experts are predicting a third wave with a disproportionately high burden among the pediatric population. So we all well prepared for that to combat the coronavirus. By with this, I'm concluding the topic. If you have any questions and queries, the platform is open. ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ
ಪ್ರಿವೆನ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಕನ್ನಡ.
okay. ಈ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಕೊರೋನಾನ ಹೇಗೆ ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟಬಹುದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವ್ ಯಾರು ತುಂಬಾ ಧೈರ್ಯದಿಂದ ಇರಿ. ಅದೇ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನೀವು ಧೈರ್ಯದಿಂದ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಗೆಲ್ಬಹುದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಶ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಮಗು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು, ನೀವು ಸಹ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ 20 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಗು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಮಗುವನ್ನ ರೀಇನ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡು, ಇದರಿಂದ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಕೊರೋನಾ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮಗುಗೆ ತೋರ್ಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಅನುಮಾನ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಗುವನ್ನು ದೂರ ಇಡಿ. ಕೊರೋನಾ ಬಂದವರನ್ನ ಐಸೋಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಹಚ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಜ್ಜ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು 6 ಫೀಟ್ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸ್ಬೋದು. ಹಾಗೆ ನೀವು ಐಸೋಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವಿತ್ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಹಾಕಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸೇಷನ್, ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೀರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೋಪ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರುವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಮತ್ತೆ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಇನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಬಿಲೋ 18 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು, ಮುಂಬೈಲಿ ಉಂಟು, ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಚಿಂತೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಮೈಲ್ಡ್, ಯಾರು ಹೆದರಬೇಡಿ. ಸಮ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ತುಂಬಾ 1 to 2% ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ICU ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಬೇಕು, ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ. ಮುಂಬೈಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ 4-5 ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಹಾಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿವಿಯಾರಿಟಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಹೆದರೋದು ಬೇಡ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದೊಂದು ಡೈಲಿ ರೂಟೀನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ, ಆ ಮಕ್ಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಗುವಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಗಮನ ಕೊಡಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಮೀಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣದಿದ್ರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿಕಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಒತ್ತಡ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಮದೊಂದು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರು, ಅವರ ತಾಯಿ ಒಂದು 5 ದಿನ ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೊರೋನಾ, ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಟಿವಿಯನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ತುಂಬಾ 180 ಹಾಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಂತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೀವು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ದೂರ ಇರಿ. ಟಿವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತ ಅಥವಾ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕೇಳಲೇಬೇಡಿ. ಅದರ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಪೌರಾಣಿಕ ಕಥೆಯ ಪೌರಾಣಿಕವಾದಂತ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ನೀವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಗು ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಬ್ಲೇಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಇವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಮಗುವಿನ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅದು ಮಗು ಕಲಿತದೆ. ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಕಲಿಯಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಇಮಿಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರತಿಬಿಂಬವೇ ಮಗು. ನಾವಿವಾಗ ಬೈದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸಹ ಬೈತದೆ, ನಾವು ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಈ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕೂಡ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತವೆ. ಇದ್ರೆಲ್ಲರ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾನ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಂದ್ರೆ ಧೈರ್ಯ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಧೈರ್ಯದಿಂದ ಇರಿ. ಏನ್ ಬಂದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಧೈರ್ಯವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಹಂಚ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಅದಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ನಾನು ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಹೇಳುದು ಧೈರ್ಯದಿಂದ ಇರಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅದು ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ವೈಬ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಆಂಟಿಬಾಡಿ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಆಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೋಗಿಸುವಂತ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಧೈರ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳುದು ಧೈರ್ಯಂ ಸರ್ವತ್ರ ಸಾಧನಂ. ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಧೈರ್ಯದಿಂದ ಇರಿ ಅಂತ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಇಮೇಲ್ ಐಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ಫೋನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಕ್ವೈರೀಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. If you have any doubts and any clarification, the platform is open. You can ask me.
Ma'am,
Yes.
is the asymptomatic COVID positive child going to face the effects in future?
You're not clear. You're not clear. Please tell me once again. Hello?
Is asymptomatic COVID positive child going to face effects in future?
Okay, it's a relevant question. See, if it is an asymptomatic child, if confirm the child is in COVID positive, if it is in any severe symptoms is showing, like a fever is more than 3 days, the child is having vomiting, diarrhea, the children will need an admission. But future problem, I can assure you, will not get it. If a medical seeking their intent they're getting, it's treated, it will not be in the future. But only in the complicated cases, future problems are there. But asymptomatic cases, we will not come to know only. I'm right? Once the symptoms know, we will take the child for the test, na? I hope I clarified your doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then anybody?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Tell me.
Hello.
Yeah, you are audible. You can ask me.
Okay, ma'am. We can give the diet to boost the immune power of the children. Which diet we can give usually?
Yeah, it's every parents and everybody they're having the doubt in this. Till now, if the evidence says that according to research, I'm saying no particular diet is going to be give during the corona. Whatever you are giving, you have believe in that. I'm not going to suggest that you have to give this one only. You have the practice, right? Those diet you can give, but rich in vitamin C and zinc and calcium and vitamin D. If you are giving during this time, it will be a best option. Is my suggestion.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Any more doubts? Any others? ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. No doubts? Shall I wind up? Yeah. See, what is outlook? I'm telling about the last one. Mind medicine. You just practice this mind medicine. Be bravery, be positive, and be scientific always. See, don't believe anything. Be scientific. Don't believe the myths or whatever. These are all the mind medicine. If three mind medicine, if you're following any type of the corona, third wave, fourth wave, or any other disease, you can combat and you can fight out against that. So let's be all together and fight against COVID-19 in children. Okay. I'm going to move on to that. I thank Dr. Mohan Alva, Chairman, Alva's Education Foundation, Chief Patron of this institution. And Sir is guiding always to us in all the activities. And I also thank to Dr. Anna Shetty for giving me opportunity to organizing to this webinar. And I also thank Dr. B.A. Dikumar Swami Gowda to supporting us in all the events. I thank you one and all. Last but not least, I thank all the participants, public, students, my dear colleagues, friends. And also a special thanks to Mr. Brijesh, who is working behind the screen. Thank you, Mr. Brijesh. Thank you one and all gathered here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Most welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.